Welcome back, everyone, to episode 22 of Light Novel Fiends podcast. This is Biggest Gamer,
Adamar.
and today this is gonna just be a one light novel episode.
Mhm.
Keyboard Immortal. There's a
Yup.
lot happened here.
It was huge. This was what 80 chapters we read in total at the end. By the end, because
I
they
think
updated
so.
a little bit.
Yeah.
All right,
All right, now tell me how you were feeling.
guys. We always talk just give little snippets before we turn the camera on, just like when we're setting up everything.
Yeah.
And I told Biggest Gamer, I was like, I can't talk to you today. I need to have the first reaction on this camera, bro, because I was disappointed. I was disappointed by these 80 chapters because we got to remember, guys, the last like 70 chapters was a huge lull period where they were just like they left the unknown region and they were just talking about like what happened while he was in there to everybody else, how the court's reacting when he comes back, his interactions with the court, blah 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 blah, whole bunch of bullshit. It was just tying up loose ends basically, and it was needed, but it was boring. And out here, they've been hyping this up, this feng shui ceremony for the emperor. I thought it would have happened by now. It's like where we ended, like just ended. It's at least 20 chapters away from starting. Would you agree?
Yeah.
At least 20 chapters. Bro, I did not need 60 chapters of a competition that my main character's not in, bro. My main character could literally wash the whole competition as we've seen him wash an elder in front of everybody.
That was sick.
That was sick. But like, I thought they were going to gloss over the competition because he's not in it.
Yeah, but it's called like the Grand.
Who cares? Who cares what it's called? Bro, I don't care what's happening if the feng shui ceremony for the emperor is happening. If the main character's not there, well, I don't want to be there, bro. Like, yes, I understand, like, side characters are important, and I like when side characters have their own things.
Because Pei Mon and Q
Q-
Hong Lee were both going crazy.
Yeah. And you know what? If we got only their battles, bro, I would have been hyped. But I didn't need every single person's battle because, to be honest, I don't know names like that. I was struggling so hard to remember who was who for 9 Taoist sex.
Actually, you know what? Because that's true. Because especially all the W names.
There's like Wang, Zhuji was the immortal sword, I think,
Yeah.
and then like Wan something.
There's like Wang, Wan, Wong.
Yeah.
And I was like,
bro, it took me like 50 chapters to figure it out. And to be honest, obviously, I didn't 100% keep it in my head, as we can tell right now. And bro, I was just like, I don't want to see a competition that my main character is not in. Like, just like, I didn't need to see that much detail about it, you know?
Yeah, I guess I was kind of hoping for that part they would have him like shine through like more analysis in the fights. So I was like, okay, they're gonna show all these fights, and then Zuon's gonna like shine by being like, oh yeah, he should have been like this or something like that. Like, give him his little own judgment, and then everyone would be like, oh, he's so young, but he's so talented.
Yeah.
I was kind of expecting that because that's more in line with the theme of the novel.
Yep.
But they didn't really do that.
And tell me, bro, honestly, I'm gonna be talking a whole lot of negative today. Sorry, guys. Tell me this didn't irritate you too, bro. How long it took for people to respect his power? Because the whole time they thought he was trash.
Yeah, that did annoy me. I was kind of hoping he would have done that right off rip.
It took forever. I was like, I understand, like, maybe not right away at like some random person, but like, sometimes like I really like it when characters hold back for a big reveal of their power. But when it's like happens for too long, I'm like, bro, please just smash anybody at this point, bro. Like, and it was making me so upset. And then that just irritated me because he was so like powerless for so long, you know. And I just wanted him to like, honestly, I wanted him to stomp a sect master, bro. Like not even an elder. I was like, I want you to stomp a sect master, because I know you can. It's been pretty clear that he can. Like they're not. I guess they're not 100% clear. They've been kind of along the line of, or at least from everybody, not from Zuan's perspective, but from the Grandmaster's perspective, the witch and the Stone Cold Woman, which is the Stone Cold Woman is
Yan Zhuzhen, I think is how you pronounce her name.
Yeah, and she is the master of Chu Chu Yan.
Yeah.
And then
Yu Jianye
is the witch, and she's the master of
Q Hong Lee.
Q Hong Lee. And
You could call them Yoon and Yan because that's their surnames.
Yoon and Young. Okay.
That's actually super. They're super simple
So
surnames.
Yang is Chu Young's master.
Yeah.
And then Yoon is
Q Hongli.
Q Hongli's master.
Honestly, crazy because I forgot that Q Hongli was a light element.
Bro, me too. I completely forgot.
I was actually thinking in my head, I was like, did we even know this? Because I feel like I would have remembered that.
So you see, I think we just completely forgot.
I think
because I know for a fact that when she was introduced as the courtesan queen in Bright Moon City, she was at least rank 5.
Mm-hmm.
So, and if I remember correctly, in this novel, when you hit rank 5 is when you get your element power.
Yeah.
Right?
I think so.
Yeah. So ranks 1 through 9, Master, Grandmaster. Master has 5 soul levels. Grandmaster has 2, and then Earth Immortal. So I just remember rank 5 is when you get your element, and I know she was at least rank 5 when we first saw her. So I think we forgot, to be honest. I don't know if they brought it up back then, and I didn't check because that was like 1,200 chapters ago, like 1,300 chapters ago
that was
now.
a while ago.
But like I'm pretty sure we just forgot. But it hasn't really like been needed as information to remember. So it was good that he reminded us.
Up until now.
Yeah.
They're so strong now.
Bro, yeah.
Paimon, Chuchuyan, and Q Hongli, those 3 are so strong.
So we saw Q. We didn't see. I think we know Manman's cultivation is 9th rank.
Yeah.
Like early 9th rank. And then Q Hongli is like mid 9th rank, it seems like. But Chuchuyan, I'm assuming, is either mid 9th rank or like peak 9th rank.
She's probably mid 9th rank.
You think so? Yeah. Well, I was happy about that because I wanted them to be like somewhat there, you know, because I feel like if they were anything under 9th rank, I'd be like they'd be kind of pointless.
Yeah.
Because Zuan could just like that's like flies to him, you know.
Yeah, and I wonder if so you know how like they have their own little dungeon.
Yeah.
So I wonder if Zuan's gonna go in there. Like
for sure.
Either he goes in there like right away, like with them, like he's like I'm just gonna sneak in there real quick, or like they go in and something bad happens, like oh, crap, now I gotta go and save him.
You know, I didn't even think too deeply in it, but do you think it's gonna be an unknown region again? Like, I know the other one was pretty recent. Usually they space them out a bit, but I feel like
no, I think
because I don't think it will be, but
I feel like if it's an unknown region, I feel like that would be too much happening in one arc because I feel like the Emperor alone is already so much that if you throw an unknown region on top of it, because like remember when they had first done that?
Yeah, that was crazy.
It was like nuts. You're just like, we're dealing with the Emperor, we're dealing with this crazy octopus.
Yeah, I wish we were doing this when that happened.
Yeah, because that was hilarious.
Hilarious, crazy. The most like turns I've ever seen, bro. I know we laughed so hard. I remember this moment when we were laughing about it like a year ago, bro. When Zuan was on the island with, you know what I'm talking about, right?
And every word they were saying sounded like they were doing it.
Yeah.
And the Emperor heard it, and he was getting so pissed, but he couldn't fly over there to stop them.
It was Zuan and the crown princess.
Bi Linglong, I think.
I think it's Bi Linglong.
Or Bai. I think it's Bai Linglong.
Bai Linglong, or Bai Linglong was like hurt and injured, and he was like helping her like by like applying ointment or something. Yeah. And the Emperor like was on another island. He couldn't fly over there, and all he hear is I think Bai Linglong is like, "Oh, you're hurting me. Do it a little softer." Like this and that, and like he was furious, and it was hilarious, bro. But yeah, I think you're right. It would be too much if that was happening. I think this kind of already set up for the Feng Shui ceremony to be like its own event.
Something's gonna happen. Yeah. There.
Do you think the dungeon happens before or after the
well, we're kind of
Feng Shui ceremony?
How I think this is like the second to last fight, right?
This is the second to last fight.
So I think it'll happen before because like it's kind of near the end of the tournament.
I think we're mid fight with Q Hongli and Wang Wuxian or Wang.
I don't know.
Wang something.
It's the guy with it's the simple-minded guy with the blade.
No, he has the needle.
Oh, the needle.
He's a righteous sex, like, but
Is
eldest disciple, like
It's
senior
like
brother.
the cave or something. The cave one.
No, it's the righteous sex.
No. But there's like one of them is like the cave sect or something, right?
No, I think the righteous sect is its own sect.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think like they're the
Called
they're
like
the, yeah, they're the 9 Taoist sects, and then the righteous sect is like the one that the state teacher is from.
Oh, that's the one.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
and the state teacher's disciple
Do you think he's a?
is Wang something.
Do you think he's a traitor?
Who, the state teacher?
Yeah, because that's like they've basically hinted like, okay, there's could be something wrong with the mountain. Ji Ji Dalian is going there to check the formations, see if something's there.
Yeah.
So he's either a traitor or someone on the inside's a traitor. So do you think he's a traitor?
I don't think he's a traitor.
You don't think so?
I feel like he's.
It'd be hard. I think like with everything they said, it's kind of hard to see him as a traitor.
Yeah. I think what really made me think he's not a traitor is his interactions with Young.
Yeah.
With Young.
I think he loves her too much.
Yeah.
That he doesn't really care about anything else.
Exactly. Like, I think he's like they kind of showed him as like cultivation, and he's in love with Young.
So,
you know?
But then I'm so confused. Like,
Of who would do it?
Because like, he's the strongest, right?
Yeah.
So even if there was an insider, I don't really know how they do it.
Yeah. They must have like they might have just a lot of power in the righteous sect. Honestly, I don't really see. I think it has to be an outside power if I'm being serious. Cause like the devil sect's not doing anything. Cause Young is there, and she's like,
yeah, she's trolling.
She's trolling the whole time.
she's trolling.
She's not there to cause like actual mayhem.
Yeah,
you know.
She wants to like have her disciple be like, she's the strongest.
Yeah.
Ah.
They're literally
He's literally just trying to troll.
Literally trolling, bro. So I don't think like the devil sect is out unless like another faction shows up, which they have said like multiple times. There are separate factions in the devil sect, holy sect.
I mean, so there is one place that is suspicious. Tong Tanier's background, honestly.
Who?
Is
that the girl from the Hub of Freedom?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, because she's literally suspicious because the author literally wrote out when he left, her smile went away, and so you're just like, okay, she clearly has something to do with it.
She's a little suspicious, and I actually agree with that because I remember when they were talking, I was like, why is she still lying to this man or like playing these games? Yeah, he knows.
So my feelings about it is so complicated because it's like I want to know what happened, but at the same time it's like even if it like she is responsible, he's not friends with the emperor.
No.
Like if King Yan
Yep.
is like actually like enemies of the emperor, or he's like planning his own thing,
like his rebellion, whatever,
Zuan should not
stop it.
Yeah, like it's like the same thing where it's like you want I feel like if you're in Zuan's position, you want chaos, right? Like if there's because like clearly at the mountain, even though Ji Duan is like going around checking, I feel like for Zuan, if I was someone, be like, I hope you don't find anything. I hope there's something is here and you don't find it, because I want him to get like smacked as soon as he's doing this ceremony.
That's true, because I feel like Zuan has enough power now that if some chaos happens to the emperor and it causes him to be like even like just slightly injured, he can swoop in. Like he's strong enough to swoop in now.
Well, because you have to remember his cultivation system changed. Now he has an XP system.
Yeah, he's
so
level
imagine
70.
if we got the final hit on the emperor, you know, the chaos.
Level up.
It would go crazy.
Yeah.
And I always thought, I was like, so what if he combined that with the heaven devouring sutra?
Oh,
I feel like it would go.
It would double
nuts.
Double XP.
It's like I take the cultivation and I kill an earth immortal, so I feel like that's double XP.
That's true.
That's why I was thinking in my head. I was like, oh man, if he gets that crazy chaos of the heaven devouring sutra, he's gonna go nuts. I feel like he'll just hit earth immortal right then and there.
I think he'll hit. I don't know about that, but I think he might hit like peak Grandmaster.
Yeah,
but like his strength is so different than everybody else's that like
he'd probably be able to kill an earth immortal as
Yeah.
Grandmaster, or at least contend with one.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see another Earth Immortal that's not the Emperor show up.
Oh yeah, there can't be only one.
Yeah. Well, technically, we've only seen 3, with one being the Emperor, one being the Fiend Emperor, and the third one being that random ice lady in the mountain that destroyed Zuan and
Yan Julian.
Yeah, Yang Julian.
I think
super random Earth Immortal, by the way. They just threw that in there.
That mountain there is gonna be something they go back to in the future.
Yeah, for sure.
I think what was I gonna say? They've been hinting at King Key for a while, saying like he has to have something, right?
Because he's been lying too low, bro. And they even said it when it happened that like King Key, like there's no way he's just gonna take this like lying down.
Yeah. Well, even at the end when he was like, okay, it's time to start the plan. So I think it's like he was like, okay, he's pushing me out. That means I have like he has to accelerate everything. Now he has to actually fight him.
Yeah.
And I think if he's gonna do that, the only way he does it if he either has an Earth Immortal, like he found one or something, or if he himself is one. And I feel like there's a higher chance of him being one, just because they've been hinting at like, oh, he's like had the strength, or like
it's pretty obvious he's peak Grandmaster.
Yeah,
at least at the moment.
So it's like it would make sense for him to be like he had just stepped into it or something.
I think it's not gonna be as simple for when King Key comes out that he's like just like leveled, like he just like cultivation breakthrough. I think he's gonna do like some sort of like blood sacrifice, some type of ceremony to power himself up, bro. Cause he's devious enough that I don't think he's like beyond those measures.
Oh yeah.
You know, I think he's gonna. I don't know if it has to be a blood sacrifice, but there's gonna be something evil that he's gonna do to gain that power.
Yeah,
that's what I think. I don't think it's gonna be just like I was in the mountains and I had a breakthrough.
Yeah,
you know.
So let's go back to this golden token 7 thing.
Oh yeah, this is important.
It's really confusing though.
Wow.
Well, when you think so, he went down in the water,
drowned.
He drowned somehow, and then apparently the turtle was like, "Yeah, there's a woman who said, hope you find this earlier," and that's confusing because it doesn't make sense.
Yep.
Because it's like, okay, why didn't you just throw her in the middle of the street?
True.
And they also said it was a woman, so you're kind of just thinking like, well, which? There's a lot of women. There's obviously that girl in the embroidered envoy.
Yeah, like,
who's literally just.
Like Golden Token 7's like adopted daughter, sort of.
Yeah, but it's kind of like weird because like envoys are supposed to be like, you know,
very like
discreet and no one knows anything about them, and they're supposed to like not stand out in a crowd.
Yeah, but
she like very clearly stands out.
Yeah, all the time.
And I'm wondering like, okay, maybe she's just like one of those like, you know how like they sometimes send women in to like be like. Either like prostitutes or something, as like spies. So it's like maybe she's like that, and she just doesn't go out in the field often, other than that time.
Yeah. But she do be in the field. She do be in the field.
Yeah, but he like clearly was like suspecting her for a little bit.
I think he still suspects her, low key, a little bit.
Well, but she didn't fit the description though.
I think I think he doesn't completely like. I think he trusts her way more. Zuan trusts her way more than before, but I think it's not 100%.
Yeah. So that or the turtle could have been lying, which would kind of be crazy.
Well, we know the turtle was lying about some things, so he could be lying about more things.
That's true.
The turtle played Zuan. I got played by the turtle too.
We all did.
Yeah. I thought
he ran away.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna be like actually like I want to be a deity and this and that, and then Zuan came back and the turtle was gone. I was not expecting that, bro.
Yeah.
Like, that literally was like, I just assumed that turtle would always be there. And then he was just gone, and I was like, what? When did this happen?
Yeah, me too. So, I'm wondering if, like, the Hub of Freedom and King Yan are, like, working together. Or maybe that's behind the scenes thing. That would kind of suck, because then that means, like, Tong Tianer's, like, actually, like, a straight up, like, op.
Yeah, that's true.
It would suck, but not suck, because if like I said, he's not like loyal to the emperor.
Yeah.
So it's like maybe he just makes use of that and it's like, oh, okay, well the emperor's gonna be here at this time. Just snipe him out. Yeah.
Do you think? How do you feel about Zuan like doing? Like, yes, he's on the emperor's orders for this, but also he's doing it just because of like Golden Token 7's been
He was like a slight friend.
He was a slight friend. I feel like he's like overestimating that friendship.
Yeah, 100%.
It was like a one meeting type thing, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
And they talked for all of like they kind of worked together, but it was like not really.
I think it's more like he was like a straightforward kind of guy, and it's like he just happened to be serving the emperor.
Yeah.
So I think he was just like he didn't, because you have to remember, like, even though Zuan is like become like this like crazy master,
Yeah.
he was still like an ordinary person before, because his thought process is just too different. I think it's like if he was like born in this world, he probably wouldn't have, because it's like a slight friendship and he's like, I don't really care, people just die.
Yeah.
I think because like he was a person for like Earth, like if someone I knew like that was like, oh, he's like a decent person or whatever, and he just died, and
Like
like I had the power to investigate it, like I would.
So you're saying like if some guy like on your street you see biking every once in a while and you're like, hey Fred.
Yeah. I feel like if we had talked before,
yeah,
and like we had some conversations every now and then,
yeah,
and it's like, let's say like I'm like an investigator or something, and he died, I'd be like, damn, and I want to like see like what happened.
That's true. That's a good point. That's a good point. I agree with that.
It's like, especially like in this situation, he got silenced, right?
Yeah.
This wasn't just like, oh, he died in battle. He was like, you found out too much. We're gonna have to kill you.
Yeah.
Because clearly he was like shot. Like whatever he knew, he was like, this is like big news.
That shaman guy who did it to him, he's a creep.
Oh yeah.
He's a big creep. I forget his name. He's probably a master rank shaman. He can do like the mind control. So it seems like what happened was they mind controlled Golden Token 7, so they drowned him so he couldn't resist. And he was a creep, bro. First, his initial likes, he likes little girls. And then his secondary likes, he went from liking little girls to like just getting straight pound town.
Yeah.
And it was like, bro, you're...
Yeah, so I was like, I don't know how to torture this guy anymore.
I was really confused. I was like, where do I... But I thought you like little girls. Now you're just like...
Yeah, that's why.
Zuan was funny. He was like, does he maybe swing that way? But that guy's pretty important. Like his ability is pretty crazy. To be able to like... I'm assuming everybody, at least under 8th rank for sure, but possibly like 9th rank, like he can like just mind control them.
Yeah.
That's a crazy ability. That's a very cool
ability.
Probably
why he got bought, like King Yon bought him out.
Yeah. And you think Zuan uses him later on?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Like, be like, mind control this person.
Yeah.
And then you have someone on the inside or something.
Yeah. I think so too. But King Yan, I think that thing is gonna be. I think Zuan's downplaying how difficult it's gonna be.
Difficult what?
To get the account book.
Oh yeah.
Because we just ended with like the 6 barriers or whatever. It was the initial. They have like squads going around the area in groups of 3. The second one is they just have random traps, and then after that, right around the actual room, they have guards there 24/7, never leave. And then after that, they have formations inside. And then after that, they're like the book will explode if like you put the wrong code in, like I'm assuming a safe,
yeah,
right?
True.
So I think I missed one of the traps in there because I think I only said 5. But like there was also, he said one of the barriers was that I think he has to be able to kill like 30. He has to silence 30 to 40 people instantly without making a lot of noise. And he was like, I got it. And I was like, bro, like you're making some noise here. Like, do you think? I feel like he underestimated. Like,
I think he's really confident.
I think he's like, and
I think he has some. So we have to think. Let's see, what does he have in his arsenal that can help him?
Like, I feel like all his moves make a lot of noise. Like, they're not like silent killers. Like his explosion thing where he
Well,
sends.
well, could he use the guy, the mind control guy, could he
For
use
30
him?
to 40 people,
I mean, they're not masters or ninth. Like,
they're probably at least like 7th ranks.
maybe that's a lot.
Probably like 6th to 7th ranks. That's what I'm assuming. Because that's pretty decent cultivation in this novel.
Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't know how he's gonna do it.
Well, like that's a lot of people, and I could see him silencing 10 people pretty effectively, like quickly. But 30 to 40, that's the number they said.
Oh, what about what's her name?
Doji,
Yeah, Daji.
Daji.
What she uses like a charm art or something.
That's a good point because I think we just got the materials to upgrade her in rank.
Oh, the fruits, yeah.
Yeah, and but I think she can only mesmerize people a rank under her.
Well, what rank is she now?
I think she's currently I think she's peak 7th rank.
Oh, what? So if he goes to 8th, she's probably fine.
But I don't know if she can do it to a bunch of people.
Well, there's probably like a time limit, right? Like she probably like you can only do it to them for like a short amount of time because he only needs like doesn't need that long to get in.
That's true. But I'm thinking like I don't know. I just think a lot of there was like 3 or 4 out of the 6 barriers. He's like, no worry, I got it. They're fine. Like, no worries. I'm a body that. And I'm just like, bro, I understand they've been like cultivating his confidence. That's like a thing now of his, right? Like he's like his air of like arrogance or whatever it is, like, or what is it, the air of the strongest?
Yeah,
is like that's an important thing for a cultivator. Yeah. So like I understand that, but I feel like it's gonna bite him in the butt here.
Maybe.
Like I think he still gets the account book, but like it's gonna be way harder than he thinks it is. And Yan, well, actually maybe because the Grandmaster's coming now. Yang's coming.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Actually, that probably should be easier because like with her at the helm, like
formations and stuff.
Yeah, because all they need to give her is time.
It's true. She might be the problem solver for this.
Yeah,
because she's like pretty OP.
Yeah, we've clearly seen her head's in a mess.
Bro, her head is like literally.
She doesn't know if she wants to like cut off the relationship, have it be a secret, or like tell Chuchuyan or not tell Chuchuyan. I feel like obviously knowing the author, like
he's gonna get them all.
I feel they'll probably have some kind of convo.
Yeah,
I feel like they first need to do the convo between her and Yu Janye.
True.
I feel like that has to happen first.
Definitely.
And then they tell their disciples together. Because no way you're just like, oh, I'm going to tell, you tell her, she tell her, and then y'all find out together. Because I feel like that's going to be crazy. People are going to be, they're going to draw swords and start fighting.
For real. Yo, that would be so bad. That'd be so bad. He's kind of been seeing the problem of his haram, you know?
Yeah.
Harem.
I think either that or he gets with them and they just keep it a secret.
Forever. There's no way, bro.
There's no way. You don't think like they're just secret mistresses for the rest of their lives?
No way in hell, bro. The way it's been such a big plot point this whole time.
Actually, you know what? They can't because that guy, the prophecy guy, he said they're both gonna have kids.
Oh, that's true.
Like each one have one kid, so there's no way you hide it at that point.
He's not hiding it, bro. I think that's why I think he needs to become like emperor soon.
Yeah.
So then he could just be like,
it doesn't matter what you guys
doesn't matter
say.
what I do. Because actually, I saw somebody put a comment in the comment section because you know I like reading the comments that like he technically the power he has at the moment he's a Marcus in the Empire, in the Empire. He technically at the moment he can have multiple wives and it not be a problem. The problem is that his wives are so high level and such a high rung in society that he can't have more than like each like I remember someone specifically said they each can be like an empress.
That is true.
So that's the problem.
Yeah, because like they all, cause even Ji Duyan they were saying like I think her brother was saying like you could be like the first wife of any other noble family in the entire dynasty.
Who are you talking about?
The formation girl.
Oh, okay.
Room master.
The room master, yeah.
He was saying like, yeah, like you don't have to follow Zuon. Like
Yeah.
you could be first lady of any family. And that's just her, right?
Yeah.
That's very
Chuchuyan,
interesting. Yeah.
probably. Because
Hey
she's.
Mamo now, because one, she's part of the Pei family. Like even though like she doesn't like it, she still has a status.
Yeah.
And two, she has the strength, and she's like a sect disciple, like a personal disciple of like one of
The elders.
yeah. Who's like second in the entire thing.
Then he got 2 grandmasters. And then honestly the only one that is like slightly lacking in status, or 2, is the Zane girl from Bright Moon City.
Yeah, but she already.
Yeah. And then the song girl from the Bright Moon City Lord's daughter.
And the author glossed over that pregnancy like crazy.
Facts, bro, because
this is
very
his first
soon.
kid.
It's very soon gonna happen, probably within like 2 months, I think, because like
that's his first kid. Like we can't just gloss over like
that's gonna change the novel. I feel like it has to.
No, it's gonna change it tremendously, because especially when they all find out
that he has a kid.
He has a kid already with this random ass girl that nobody knows he has a relationship with other than Zhangdan and Songhong. They're gonna be like, what the fuck?
You know, actually, now that you brought that up, he's definitely becoming emperor before that baby is born. Only way that's acceptable.
Nah, there's no.
Has to be, bro. If he doesn't become emperor, or like has a standing equal to emperor, like
he'll probably have maybe a standing.
Okay, maybe a standing equal to emperor.
Otherwise, they're gonna be pissed.
Yeah, and they're still gonna be pissed. But if he has that power, they'll be like, all right, okay, whatever. Like
the emperor's happy as hell because it's like, I got a kid, I got a grandkid.
Yeah,
and he's related to Zuma.
Yep, literally. So like, I actually didn't even think about that, like what the repercussions of that baby would have. And now that now that you said that, like he has to have peak grandmaster strength before that baby's born, and it has to be known by the populace.
Yeah,
that like this guy is like
number one.
Especially
because it's only a matter of time before they find out his status as a regent in human races.
Yeah,
and so if he like reaches that strength and he's number one in the human race and he's a regent in the fiend race, he can literally unite the world.
Yeah,
especially because he has Yu Yanlo, the Empress.
The second, the Empress,
That girl from the demon race. Remember, that's Yu Janye is like, I don't know if like they're related.
The peacock race girl.
No. The demon race girl.
Oh, the Sue something.
Yeah, I don't remember her name.
Yes.
No, she's not Sue. She's also Yun.
Really?
I don't know if they're half sisters or if they just share the same surname.
Yu Yanlo's sister?
No. Yun.
Oh.
Same as Yun Janye.
Oh, okay. I don't remember this girl.
Remember the king he cuckolded?
Yeah. Oh, and the demon. Yeah.
And that's when his mindset changed.
Yeah.
He started slowly getting the invincibility mindset.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, yeah.
That demon girl. We haven't seen her in a while.
All right, refresh me, bro. Because the last time I remember, after they left the king's manor, after they got together, I remember her helping him fight that dragon.
Yep, and then she went back to the demon race.
Have we seen her since then?
No. And honestly, I was a little. When I remembered that, I was like, so what does the other princess, like, how are they related to her? Because she's also like part of the demon race.
Oh, so that is a great point. Why didn't we see her in the Fiend Emperor? Like,
that's what I'm saying. So I was like, is she different from the Fiend race? Is it like a different demon like clan? Actually, that's true because she's demon clan. Well, actually, they're all considered races.
Yeah.
Even though they're still called clans, but that's why I'm just like confused a little bit there.
Yeah.
Because that girl, like, they know Yin Janye.
That's true.
Because that's been part of like the whole thing with her and Concubine Bai.
Yep.
Who
it's part of the devil sect.
Yeah, and it's just like this whole thing of.
I'm not gonna lie, the devil sect, their roots are like way deeper than I feel like we know yet.
I feel like even though it's kind of weird because Yin Johnny is like the leader of the devil sect, but I feel like there's some other people in there who's been. Because she said that it's not united.
Yeah, she says it all the time.
So it's like, I feel like, so there's clearly some other factions that have been like doing some stuff.
Doing other stuff. And that's true. Because it is weird. Because we've been with the leader of the devil sect so much that you think we know all their secrets. But like I think because the author says so many times that like there's other factions, that like I wouldn't be too surprised if there's things she doesn't know that we find out later. Because like the devil sect is like everywhere, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like it doesn't matter who, where, what. Like they're literally everywhere, and it's like shocking that they're like the one devil sect, which is the like bad sect. There's 9 like Taoist sects, and then the emperor, and they all can't take down the devil sect. Like I feel like their power must be like more than what we just see on the
Yeah.
surface,
Mm-hmm.
or at least they're like levels. They're the way of being rats. It was really good.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right, so bro, so were your negatives just it was just a lot of like talking and not a lot of action?
I think my negatives were because I actually really like the embroidered every
Envoy, like just
envoy stuff.
yeah,
I liked all of that stuff. Like I really, that was like probably my like the best parts of the novel.
yeah, because it's like a huge mystery. You're
Yeah.
and it's so confusing.
Yeah.
It's just like so many contradictions and
Yeah.
like there's points in between them.
Yeah.
You're just like what?
So I think the first 30 chapters of the 80 chapters we read for like 1580 to like 1610 were great. Like they met the room master lit girl,
Yeah, that was cool
saving her, like being with her, the embroidered envoy back and forth, everything until they got to the 9th, like the righteous sect mountain or whatever.
Oh, and you thought that part was like
Yeah, I think
boring.
the Violet Mountain, right? Once they got to Violet Mountain, bro, like they basically like it was like 40 chapters, 40 to 50 chapters of like the Taoist competition with like embroidered envoy stuff like in the middle.
That's
And I was like, and honestly, like all those chapters for the competition were like almost all a wash for me, bro. Like I was reading it and I was like, bro, there's not even anybody important in this battle, bro. And I was just like what was it? It was Wang something, the sword guy, and I think he's a Sword Immortal's disciple, and he was fighting like the other like creepy kid who like smiles a lot, and then when he turns into like his fighting form, it's like the Kakata, and he turns into like kind of like evil.
Yeah,
Like that fight was like 2-3 chapters, bro.
that's true. That was.
And I was like interesting battle, bro. And if it was just the one, I'd be like, yeah. But we got like 10 of those, and I'm like, I didn't want to read 10 of those, bro. Like that's why I was saying earlier. I think all those chapters, like, I think it was probably like 40 chapters, bro. If it was like 15, I think I would have enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's true. I guess I didn't care too much about the fighting, other than when it was Peimaman or Kyuhongli. Because for me, it was just like, okay, this is yeah, whatever. Like, because none of them were one is even though there was like what 2 of them were masters.
Yeah.
They're completely different leagues from Zuan
Yeah.
being master because he can kill grandmasters.
Yeah.
He washed that elder.
That was cool.
That was funny. And then, but yeah, he didn't feel
like Zuan wasn't interested in the fights, right?
Yeah,
like he really didn't care.
So it's like with him not like looking at it, it was just like, okay, why do I?
Exactly, bro. That's why I was just so like
maybe that's it's different for me because I kind of just threw it at the back of my mind and I was more focusing on what is gonna happen.
Okay. I think my thing was like I was thinking about what was gonna happen, but while I was reading them, I was like, these chapters just like they suck, bro. Like they're good chapters, right? They're like he wrote them well, and like each of the fights by themselves were good fights. Like I'll say that, but like the fact that I saw so many of them made me be like, I don't care, bro.
Yeah, that's fair because
I think you have to in a competition show at least one fight.
Yeah,
like I show at least like, you know, a couple, maybe even 2 or 3 fights, right?
I mean, it's like
showcase the power level that they're
some other people.
Yeah,
but he definitely did try to do that with all the representative disciples, and
gave us all their names, like we would remember
a lot at the beginning.
Yeah, gave us all their names, like their power levels, which I liked.
I think it would have been different if they were like maybe similar in strength. That I was like, damn, these disciples. I was like, I thought Zuan was strong, but these guys are kind of like creeping up on him. But like, they're not.
Yeah, they're like probably like they hit master rank, but they like first soul level master rank, you know.
And like the quality, like the hero, is so different.
Yeah, and I think that's what like there was just so many chapters about this competition, and it's still going. There's like now it's at least the last two fights are Q Hong Lee versus the Wayne guy with the golden needle, and then like obviously
I'll probably like Q Holly's probably gonna win.
yeah,
And
Q Hong Lee
versus
versus.
Pay My Mom. And that's a fight I do want to see.
I do want to see that fight. And I also want to say Q Hong Lee. I love her fighting style, bro. She's main character fighting style, 100%. Bro. Like all these people are like righteousness and this and that. Like one of my favorite moments of the book of the last 80 chapters when she was like, "All right, you gotta stop using your swords, and I won't use my super like light ability." And he's like, "Deal." Puts away his sword, super light ability, and I was like, "Yes."
Nah, because he was straight stupid.
He was very dumb, bro.
And I was kind of hoping Zoan would be like, yeah. Or I think he did say something.
He did. Yeah. He was like,
yeah,
your disciple's kind of dumb.
Yeah. Because the master was pissed. He was like, you lied. It was like, shut up, bro. Of course, if you made a double side, of course I'm going to lie. Yeah. Your disciple's going to die without
knowing how. Yeah. And like, honestly, it made me kind of look down on the Daoist sects.
Yeah, a little
that
bit.
whole interaction. Because I was like, are you guys just fighting just to like fight? Or are you fighting to like get strong?
Yeah.
Because there's a difference.
And I think that's the point that Johnny is trying to make.
Yeah.
She's like, they're nothing.
Yeah.
They have some talent, but they don't have like the mentality.
Yeah. That's why like she's like always saying that like all like most of them like would get washed by the Devil Sect. Because like the Devil Sect is just like you can tell how like everybody else fights, they're all like nice and proper about everything, and then when Q Hong Lee's fighting, it's like she's stabbing all their vitals.
like she left some people like
mince meat. Yeah.
She would like some of those guys were
like to be honest, I think she could kill all of them except the two master rank guys.
Yeah.
And like that's because there's a huge gap in power between 9th rank and master. But like everybody at 9th rank, bro, she would wash them, like destroy them.
Yeah. You know what's actually really funny?
What?
Paimon master and that other guy. I was dying hearing. I was like, when they explained it, I was like, so they were originally two people who liked each other, but they were on different peaks. Which honestly, I still thought was stupid because I was like, you're all part of the same sect, so it shouldn't matter that much. But apparently it did because the master was like, you guys gotta fight, and they held back a little bit when they were fighting. And then the master's like, stop holding back. So they didn't. But then it got more and more fierce. And obviously, like, they were both very proud. And to the point where they started hating each other. I was like, wait, that doesn't make any sense.
It didn't make any sense to me. And usually when Zoan plays matchmaker, it always works.
But it didn't.
It did. I was like, what?
But they didn't say what happened.
That's true. I want to see why.
But then the author like was very ambiguous about it. He was like, he wouldn't do anything to make me not proud of him.
The son said that, right? Yeah.
I was like, and then the father looked at him and he felt like ashamed. I was like, what are you ashamed? All you did was just meet her.
Honestly, but with that whole thing, I was like, did they like kind of get together and they're like upset that they did like they got together and then they talked and they got mad after again? Yeah. That's kind of how I left. Like that's what I was thinking, right?
Because I was like either that. Or maybe they didn't go that far, but they were like slowly, and then they realized they're like, oh, and then they like, fought again.
Cause like that man might still have a wife at home. Like I don't know if that lady's still alive. Is what my thing.
He does.
Is that lady still alive?
She should be, because he doesn't talk about his mother like he's dead. Like,
that's true.
That's why he didn't like her, because she was like the love rival of my mother.
Oh, it's true. She's probably alive. Yeah, this man's committing some adultery.
Oh, 100%.
One thing.
It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, one thing I will say though is that people are a little like too overcome by Young's beauty, bro. Like all these sect masters are like forego love for their life. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Bro, they forego love for their whole lives
just to have her. Yeah.
And they didn't get her. It wasn't like they had a chance. She made it clear like I don't want you. And they're just like, I'll go my whole life just so you can want me for maybe like 5. Not even so that you can want me, just so that you'll tolerate my existence, bro.
I was like, damn, these guys are crazy.
Like you simp so hard, bro. Yeah. Stop simping so hard.
So they basically made it was like it was Yan and Yu Yanlo were the two like everyone wanted one of them.
Yeah, except the
that one guy
song. I think it was Song Hong who liked both.
It wasn't Song Hong.
I thought they were saying it was Song Hong.
No, they were making fun of someone who wanted both, but it wasn't him.
Oh, you know,
Ji Doohyun's
yes, father.
dad.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, he loved them both.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah,
You wanted both.
yeah.
That shit was funny.
Zuon
Got both.
Yep.
Zuon has more than both.
Yeah, she has, but yeah, Yang Jian's like, I think in the end they'll get her, but I think it'll be a long road.
Yeah, I think it happens during this feng shui ceremony.
You think it happens during this arc?
During the Young and Yang.
Young
And Yan.
Yun. Young.
I know it's so tough, bro. All right, Young and Yan. I think they'll both.
I think it'll take Yun. I think she'll be like the factor that pushes her.
Really?
I feel like that's how that'll go.
Oh, okay. I can see that.
Especially since that was her plan in the first place.
Yeah. I've been wondering. Like they said that Q Honglei and Chu Chuyan are fighting, and I think they came to this mountain to fight, but I don't understand how they're gonna fight. Like, is it gonna be like after the competition they're fighting, or
probably?
Because it just doesn't make any sense.
Well, because they said she has to defeat. I don't know if they said she has to. I think they said she has to defeat her to get into the dungeon. So I imagine they have to do it there, right?
But then I'm thinking like they're gonna allow Q Honglei to go in the dungeon from the Devil Sect.
No, I don't think.
If she wins,
I don't think so. Well,
so,
I think in her disguise, yes, but in her normal form.
Oh, okay. That's why I was confused why even the righteous sects would like set that, like, set that as a standard.
I think that was just a standard for if Chuyun wins, she gets in. If she doesn't, if she loses, she doesn't. I don't think.
But like, it's not like the I think it's the white. What's her sect name? The White Immortal. The
White Jade Sect.
The White Jade Sect. They don't control the dungeon, so why is it that they can set that condition on her? Like, it can't be like. I'm confused with why the 9 Taoist sects would set that condition on Chu Chuyan.
I think because her brother, her senior brother.
What about her? How about him?
He's seated. He's one of the guys that were fighting there.
For sure, but like, I don't understand how she gets a spot in the dungeon based off of that condition.
Oh, well, they probably. I mean, look at her master, bro. They probably gave her face, and it's like, oh yeah,
that's true.
Like you're thinking like she's like some random but she's literally like loved by all the sect masters.
That's true. I forgot her. Her clout in the circle.
Yeah, she has major clout.
That's true. That's very true. All right, yeah, you're right. I didn't even think of that. That's very true.
And Chuchuyan, they probably look at her and just like, yeah, like that's your disciple.
Yeah. 2 fairies, heavenly fairies.
Oh, when they came on the mountain, bro, it was nuts.
You
and
know,
then came on, everyone was like,
the chest.
I was dying.
I'm like, bro, nobody else has a big chest there.
I'm like wondering because even Yoon Johnny was like, damn, and I was like, Yoon Johnny is supposed to have a big chest too, but
like Young Jonghae and then Young the Sect Master and then Q Honglei, they're all known to be like big breasted, bro, and like Pei Maman is like
another level.
Yeah, and I'm like, I feel like there comes a point when breasts are like too big, bro, and I don't know like if them are already big breasted. I don't know how Pei Maman could be even bigger, and it's like doesn't just like get weird.
I feel like it's just they don't define the sizes, but I feel like it's even though I like in my head I think like even though she's really big, I feel like it's like to a not a normal, but I feel like it's like not intolerable because I was thinking it's like okay, Pei Maman was like S, right?
Mm-hmm. Like S tier?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Yoon Johnny is like A+.
Okay.
So I feel like that's why it's not big of a difference. And then everyone else is like A, B.
How I was thinking of it was like actual like breast sizes or whatever. I was thinking like all the big breasted ladies.
Yeah.
They're like double D's.
Yeah.
That's what I'm assuming, right?
And Pei Maman's like F.
And she's like F. But like yeah, actually that makes sense then.
I feel like that would make the most sense.
Yeah.
Because then maybe she's like, peak F.
Mhm.
And then
Peak F.
I don't know what the name. I said like peak F.
I can't believe you just said that, bro.
I said peak. I thought because I was like, what is the size after? Because like you don't really know that.
Yeah, you
Size
just put cultivation levels on breast sizes, bro. You did not just do that, bro.
I did.
Oh my goodness, you said peak F. Oh, we need to clip that.
All right, well, what's the size after F, bro? What's the
I don't know, bro.
I don't know either.
Bro, I've never heard of peak F before.
Yeah, well, that's gonna be a thing now.
I don't remember how that goes, to be honest. I've been, it's been explained to me, but I forget. I forget how it is. It's like I don't even want to do it because then I'll probably get it wrong. But like, I just know the letter up is supposed to be bigger.
Oh yeah, obviously know that.
But we'll call it peak F. Whatever it is, she just has like it must be like substantially bigger. You know, it can't just be like slightly bigger. They're like making this much noise about it.
No, they don't be making noise.
She can't even walk, bro. Like as soon as she takes a step, everybody's like, the movements. They're just going everywhere. Yeah. Like I swear, the immortals are just hella horny, bro.
No, they are.
They're just exceedingly horny.
And then the Buddha guy was hilarious.
He was one of my favorite parts of this whole thing, bro. Every time somebody said something in their comments on the side, bro, he's like, I've sinned.
He's like, Amitabha, I've sinned. I was like, damn.
Well, especially when his like little monk would call him out, and he's like, of course not. I would never. And then right in the corner, he'd start praying again.
He's like, write the sutra 200 times. I was like, damn.
He did that man dirty.
He did. He did his disciple dirty. And then his name of the disciple.
Yeah.
I was like, no, that's actually messed up. Y'all named him after like that.
Mm-hmm. And then one of the funny parts was then what was it? When the leading monk was like, "Oh, wow, our Buddhist sect is gonna go down the drain," and the young monk was like, "Why?" And he was like, "All these disciples are so strong, and then we have you." And it was like, bro.
He was like, why did I even ask you in the first place?
Yeah. Like you just killing your guy's confidence, bro. Like absolutely wrecked it.
I know.
Like he is like, oh my, but I think he could take it, but it's still hilarious. It's hilarious regardless.
That was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, the novel, the funny parts hit.
Yeah.
They were so funny.
I think besides the Taoist competition, and even some of the fights in Taoist competition were good. Like I will say that. But besides the Taoist competition, like I thought everything was really good.
Mm-hmm.
But the Taoist competition was like more than half of the last 80 chapters.
It was pretty long.
And like that's why I was disappointed with the 80 chapters, but like still Keyboard Immortal. Still hilarious. Yeah. Still awesome.
Well, when you think about it, so how many chapters did we read last time?
At least 60.
So this has been 150 chapters of build up.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's gonna be a crazy like climax.
Yeah, it better because we literally after the last 60 chapters we were like it's gonna be crazy, and then we get 80 more chapters of build up. But they really actually haven't like built it up either, because like the Feng Shui ceremony, like they haven't built on it at all. Like we know what's happening.
So I feel like,
but since the last 60 chapters that we read and these 80 chapters, we haven't learned a single thing about it.
so they've only been building on the embroidered envoy thing.
They have.
And I feel like after this, they'll build up on, like after the tournament's over and they're going in the dungeon. That's when they'll build on what's happening in Violet Mountain, because clearly something's happened there.
Do you think King Young's rebellion is a part of that?
It could be. Maybe he set a trap there. Oh, maybe he's working. Maybe one of the sects betrayed. Maybe they're like, because remember they've been talking about that.
What?
So they said, what was it? The Kunlun sect was the number one sect.
Kunlun Void sect.
Yeah.
Right?
So there was a great battle a while ago.
300 years ago.
And we don't know how old the Emperor is, right? How old is
No
he?
idea.
So
I think he's relatively young. He's relatively young. The only reason he's hitting heaven deterioration is because he got
injury.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but we don't know how long people's lifespans are.
We have no
for
idea.
each rank, right?
Yeah. No
That's
idea.
an annoying thing. Because
Bro,
like it would make it so much easier to make like
guesses.
yeah,
Because if people were there,
if they were like, oh, Earth Immortal can live for like thousands of years, and I'd be like, okay, so the Emperor's young in like immortal terms, so
Yeah.
maybe he was around, but we don't know.
Yeah.
But this great battle that happened left them all in shambles. The court took advantage of it, and you know, raised everyone else. And it was like, okay, if you join the court, you'll become strong, and that's how the court became stronger because all the best talents went to the court to get the resources.
Yeah.
And became loyal to the court, and the sects just slowly deteriorated because they couldn't keep up with the court. Because I mean, the Zhou dynasty controls the entire human world, right?
Mhm.
So they have all the resources, and
Yeah.
plus they pushed the fiend braces back to us really
All the way to the north.
Yep. And on top of that, Zhaohan's an Earth Immortal and no one else is, so they can't compete with him because he can literally just beat them up.
True.
So maybe these sects are like they're looking at King Yan, or King Yan's looking at them like, hey, maybe I guess tired of this trash.
Oppression.
Yeah, because I mean they've been oppressed.
Yeah.
I mean the whole time when they looked at Zuan, that was kind of depressing for them.
Oh, huge.
They were like, the court's this strong?
Yeah. Even though it's definitely not.
Yeah. No, Zuan's a monster.
Yeah.
They're definitely not. But they were like looking at him like, this is the strength of the court. I was like, no. Don't let him lie to you like that. But
it's actually hilarious because the strongest
Emperor doesn't even know he's that strong.
Like probably the strongest person in the youngest generation is probably like King Key's son, if I had to say, or King Key's. I would say King Key's daughter, but she's in a sect. King Key's son.
Oh,
he's
in
like
the court.
Yeah. He's like last time we saw him, he was in the 8th rank.
Yeah.
Maybe he's like peak 8th rank. Maybe he's 9th rank. But like
9th rank.
Let's say he's 9th rank. Like he's probably the strongest one, and he get washed.
Yeah.
So realistically, the court is not as like doesn't have the peak talent, but I think it has so many talents that it like overruns the Taoist sects. You know, because it's not like they have a ton of grandmasters either.
Yeah. Well, you have to think about it like this: someone like King Key's son, who's not peak talent, is still 8th rank.
Yeah.
All those people they brought, those are their best disciples.
That's true.
So it's like if you look at the average disciple, there's probably way
than
lower
the court.
than like the court.
That makes sense because they all have grandmasters heading the sect, but they don't have like they're not like very like full.
Yeah.
They're like dying camels.
Yeah.
That's what they say, right? The starved camel is bigger
than like a healthy horse. Or something.
So it's like a starved camel.
Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe there could be there. Another thing is that that whole thing is true, and then King Key's like even the one like further behind the scene.
So you think there could be 2 kings on this?
Well, King Key could have been like, hey, like, oh, actually that doesn't make sense because I feel like King Yan has his own ambition, so I feel like he wouldn't want to be under King Key.
Yeah. He's a grandmaster because not every king is a grandmaster.
Yeah.
I think king is just master ranks and above.
Yeah.
But like, there's some kings that are grandmasters, some kings that are not.
So either that, or they could maybe rather than being under King Key, they're working together, and then they were like able to entice the Taoist sects, being like, okay, if we work together, we can get rid of Zhaohan, and we can like help you guys like restore your status a bit. Because Zhaohan's the one that's like, he doesn't want anyone to like obviously be stronger than him. So obviously he had to suppress the sects a lot.
Yeah.
And like with King Key, maybe he was like, all right, you guys don't have to worry about any suppression under my rule.
I think that's the only thing that he could give them that would satisfy them.
Yeah, maybe not even that. Maybe he gives them like some resources every now and then.
I don't think resources would be enough because I think their problem is they don't have enough people.
That's true too.
I think they're just like, we want to be able to like freely recruit.
Yeah, because like the state teacher, obviously his sect's the strongest because it's supported by the court, right?
Yeah.
And everyone's like, oh, let's go here.
Yeah. So there's definitely sign afoot. I think King Yang, now that we're talking about, I think King Yang's probably involved in this like feng shui tournament or feng shui ceremony. Am I even saying that right?
Feng shui?
Feng shui.
I think so.
Okay. The feng shui ceremony. I think King Young. I don't know how, because it can't just be him, because he's a grandmaster. He's not an Earth
No.
Immortal. There has to be something that
There's
he has.
him. There's Tong Tanya's, like whatever, like whoever she's working with, or
Yeah.
whatever organization. She's clearly
She got something.
got something there. I feel like maybe, even though like Zuan is like isn't like working with the Emperor, so he can like work with them. I feel like they still have.
If he sees the Emperor going down, he'll throw in a rock.
Yeah, well, I feel like that relationship there with whatever organization she's with, I feel like that's not gonna be an amicable relationship. I feel like he's gonna be enemies with them.
Zuan?
Yeah, I feel like because like that type of organization has a clear ambition.
That's true.
Especially getting rid of whoever got rid of that of Golden Token 7. That's a big thing.
It was the shaman, bro.
No, but I'm saying like whoever's behind the shaman.
Oh, it was King Young.
Okay, but if King Young is not working by himself,
okay.
then who else is with him?
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
okay.
There's something like crazy there.
There's another level
so it's
behind
like
it.
whatever this, because we don't even know. Like, does King Young want to be like an emperor?
We have no idea.
We don't know his ambition. We don't know the other whoever's working with him what their ambition is.
Yeah. We are assuming that they want to take down the emperor based on the fact that they're setting something up at the feng shui ceremony.
Yeah.
But we have no idea why they want to take down the emperor.
Yeah.
Do they want to kill him just to kill him, or
we don't have a lot of evidence other than they killed Golden Token 7.
And I feel like that turtle, he's gonna pop up again.
Oh, 100%. He hoed.
Yeah, and he's gonna get
funny.
He's gonna get, because Zuan is like one of those people, bro. He kind of like treats people like relatively nicely the first time, but if you fuck with him, he'll like, bro, I'm gonna treat you like dirt.
Yeah.
He'll treat him like a slave, bro. It'll be so bad for him.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be funny.
Yeah, it is gonna be funny. And he's gonna be like, "Why are you treating me like this?" And he's like, "You hold me, bro. That's all. That's all I gotta tell you." Yeah, it should be good though. I think the next time we read this, we'll get some of the big answers, bro.
I'm gonna assume the next 60 chapters. That's gonna be the big. Like, I think that's where the payoffs come in. I think like we're gonna see the crazy scheming on the Violet Mountain, and then I don't know if we'll see the battle.
Yeah,
but I think we'll be close to the battle.
I agree with that. I think 20 chapters at least until the ceremony. Honestly, no. I think 30. I think 25 chapters until the ceremony starts. Well, actually, I don't know.
No,
bro.
that's because then that means that the fighting's starting in like 30 to 40 chapters.
No, because this is what I'm thinking, bro. I'm gonna tell you what I think is gonna happen. I think this competition is gonna end, and then the embroidered envoy is gonna somehow do this King Young thing and maybe get the account book.
Oh, I feel like that's the next 30 chapters.
Yeah, I think that's what's gonna happen next 30 chapters. But then after that, I want to say the feng shui ceremony, but they have to set up the feng shui ceremony. Like Zuan's group, they're there to like remodel the place. So that hasn't happened. Obviously, it happens in a couple days.
Well, it's probably happening while in those 30 chapters. It's probably happening in the background.
No, maybe. Well, because I feel like he said that the state teacher said after they're renovating all the other peaks, I think, at the moment, like in the background, but like the Violet Mountain will be renovated once the competition's done, right? So I think the first 30 chapters will be like tournament ends, King Young, and then the feng shui ceremony like 5 chapters before it starts. So I'm thinking like 35 chapters before it starts. Bro, this author really likes these big things, bro. It's gonna be like 20 chapters of the ceremony, at least 20 chapters of the whole thing going down.
Actually, that's true, because it'll probably be the battle. It's probably the scheming.
No, without the battle.
Without the battle.
Without the battle.
Oh,
bro.
you're thinking before that.
Like him, like the Emperor showing up.
Him going to there.
Yeah,
Emperor starting is gonna be 20 to 30 chapters.
Yeah, like from the Emperor coming to getting there, everybody else getting there.
There's gonna be a lot of stuff happening there.
The descriptions of everybody getting there, the actual ceremony itself starting,
the scheme that's going on.
Yeah, the scheme that's going on in the background. I don't think the scheme like pops off until like 50 chapters from now.
Yeah, you're probably right. I feel like because that's when the fighting will start.
Yeah, I think when the scheme like pops off, like fighting will start. So I think we're both in agreement, like 50.
Yeah, 50, 60.
50, 60. So we give it at least 65.
I feel like I just feel like there's gonna be a lot of scheming because
because
it's
it's deep right now.
it is deep. So I think like he's gonna figure out what happened.
Mm-hmm.
There'll probably be a plot twist because there
Always.
always is. Every arc has always been like,
He gets us every time too.
yeah. Every time we're always gotten. Every time
We've never gotten it completely right, bro.
We've never looked at it and looked at the clues that the author like had later on, and we're like, oh,
yeah.
Every time the author's just like, oh yeah, remember when this happened? We were just like, yeah, but I did not think that it was part of the story. I did not.
I didn't think it was important.
I didn't think it was that important.
Yeah,
that's why I'm trying to pay attention. But it's so hard because the author's throwing us off in every like
little direction.
Yeah, I think that's like probably been the best thing about this novel is the mystery solving.
Yeah, I agree. I like when Zuan's on cases.
Yeah,
it's always entertaining to read. That's why I like Embroidered Envoy is always fun.
Yeah,
whenever he's doing that stuff, it was always fun.
Because it was fun when he met Tong Tianer, and like when he actually met Yan Jian, like that whole thing in the commandery thing, I thought that was incredible.
Yeah, me too.
And then, here solving this case is gonna be nuts, and then solving. Well, he's not gonna be solving, but figuring out what's happening.
Yeah, because
I feel like if he finds out there's like a giant trap, he's like, let's get there faster.
Yeah, he always does that. He always does that.
I can't wait till the Emperor reaches Violet Mountain.
Yep.
He doesn't really know what's gonna happen. And I think that's one of the reasons why he wants to solve it too. Is like, oh, let's get Ji Duyan, Chui Chuyan, and like all the other girls away from there, so that way they don't get hurt.
Yeah,
like that's
true.
Only big thing.
Yeah. These next 60 chapters are gonna be good. I think we wait at least 60 chapters before we read this.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh well. But yeah, Keyboard Immortal. I don't even know how I'd see. I think there was a lot of good parts, but there was too much bad parts to me to tell you. I like really enjoyed these 80 chapters.
I think I enjoyed more of what's gonna happen next.
Yeah.
So I'll be honest. I did throw the tournament fighting in the back of my head.
So you were reading it and you were like, "That's cool."
Yeah.
Like, just kept going.
I was just like, when I saw the fighting, when it was like between two people, like two
randoms.
I was just like, went over my head. I was just reading it. I was like, oh, okay. And then
yeah.
So it's like maybe that's why I did it.
Yeah, because I was like reading very deeply, waiting for something to happen, bro.
Yeah, maybe that's why I didn't hate it as much because I literally just like.
You were skimming.
I skimmed. I threw it in the back of my mind. I was like,
I don't ever skim unless I'm reading Martial God Asura. Then I'm skimming.
Because I was looking at it, I was like, this is not really that important.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's cool. Like the fighting's cool, but I'm just like, unless it's, I'll pay attention to Paimon, Q Hong Lee, and that's it.
Yeah, I agree.
Everything else, like, I mean, they hoed by making Zuan just too strong.
Yeah, they did. Because, like, it's...
And we also didn't know anyone here until, like, the last 30 chapters.
Yeah, Like, I think it would have been interesting if people were stronger than him, like you said, because then it would have been, like, cool to see, like, the upper tier strength, you know?
Yeah.
But he's kind of so strong, you can't really do that anymore.
Yeah.
There's probably, like, less than 100 people that can contend with him at this point, that... Unless, like, we get, like, hidden powers at the Yin Yang coming out. But, like... Honestly, there's probably not 100 Grandmasters in this world. No way. There's 9 Daoist sects. It seems like tops there's one with 4, maybe 5. Yeah. So let's say they have an average of 4 or 3. 3 or 4, I think. Yeah. So let's say 30, right? That's like a little closer to like 4. It's like it's more than 3, but a little less than 4. So let's say there's 30 Grandmasters in the 9 Daoist sects. You have Yin, John, Yang, so it's like 31. And then they probably have like 3, let's say 4 in the Devil Sect. That's like 34. Let's say 35. That's 35. In the court, I'm assuming they have, actually maybe there's more than 100 now I'm thinking about it. Because in the court, maybe they have like... Nah, there's no way. They probably have like... Knowing the Emperor, he would not allow that many. So what, like 10? No. Really? There's probably like 2 or 3 at most. Let's give him 5. Okay, maybe that's a little reasonable, but all right. So 40, and then how many do the Fiend Emperors have, or the Fiend side have? At least. There's at least like 20 to 30. That's why they can't. It can't be that disproportionate between the court and the Fiend side. Yeah, because I mean, you have to look at it like this. One, there's the Golden Crow like family lineage. Yeah. Yeah. And they have a bunch just sitting in the background. Even though they're close to death, they still exist. Yeah. And then you have all the other races who have it.
So it's just like,
I'll give him 25.
yeah. So maybe there's more than 100, but there's probably not that much more than 100.
Yeah. So right around the 100, like people that he can fight in this
Yeah.
world, that can give him any sort of challenge. So like, you can't really do a tournament like that anymore unless it's like you can't do a tournament when you're hitting peak powers like that. For him, that's gonna be enjoyable. So I think it was just like, I think the author should have glossed over it unless it somehow ties in the next 80 chapters, but I doubt it because these people just are not strong enough to matter.
It'll only tie in when he goes into the dungeon.
Yeah.
So I feel like he's gonna go into the dungeon.
I think he will, but like I think they still won't be important because as soon as he gets in there, like not as soon as he gets in there, but as soon as they encounter a problem, he's gonna be like, all right, like he'll solve it, and then everybody was like, oh my god, he's God. Like they already know he's super strong.
Yeah.
So at this point, like if he hits that dungeon, like it's just gonna be a takeover. They're not gonna be important either way.
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't know why he spent so much time on them. Is he doing filler, bro? It felt like filler. Now that I'm talking about it, this is a filler arc, bro. Not a filler arc, but filler chapters in the middle, bro. He could have made 10 chapters for that Dallas competition.
Oh my god.
And it's still going, guys. I don't know how much longer it's gonna go for. This technically we're in the middle of the second to last fight. And honestly, I don't even know if the last fight happens, just because I don't know how Zuan's gonna feel about the harem fighting.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe it's a tie.
Yeah.
I doubt it though.
Yeah. It's also kind of really cool that Q Honglei is fighting like a huge disadvantage.
Yeah.
Because she can't even use her devil sect like abilities, because then she'll be.
That's true. She's holding herself back.
She has the lantern, which like other people have like immortal grade weapons, and I think that lantern is an immortal grade weapon, right?
I think so.
And so like that would be huge. Like she said, if she had that, she would wipe the floor with the master rank people. So like, she's pretty up there. Pretty up there. But yeah, you got anything else you want to add in for Keyboard Immortal?
I think we covered it all.
Yeah, that was good. Let's see. What are we reading next week? Should I pull out? Pull out the phone?
I was wondering, what is Absolute Resonance at?
I think last time I checked, it was at 35.
That's kind of weak.
Let's see. I'll tell you right now.
I was kind of hoping it was like 45 to 50.
35.
What?
Yeah, they're 8:45 right now.
Damn. Maybe they caught up. That's why it's slow.
Let me see. They sometimes have notifications. No.
I'm trying to think then.
I can show you right now. So we have Absolute Resonance. We have 35. Damn Reincarnation. We have 42. So it's close to 250. Maybe next week.
What? We haven't read 9-star, right?
No. 9-star. We have. Where's 9-star? 9-star. From where we left off, I think we have 80 chapters.
We can do 9-star.
All right, yeah. Let's do 9-star, and then maybe next week we might be able to do Damn Reincarnation again because it'll be at 250. I'm assuming if they're doing 4 chapters a week, we get 4 this week.
Yeah.
4 next week. I don't know. They're slow though.
Absolute Resonance is. I'm mad. They probably caught up. That's probably why it's slower.
I don't remember if they said something about that before. Did they?
I think they did.
I think that. Oh, you know what it is? You're right. When they're only releasing a chapter a day, I believe.
Yeah, in the original version.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. I remember I hit, because I remember when I caught up, it was at the house me and I was pissed. And they were doing only a chapter a day, and I was like, I'm not reading this daily if I'm getting a chapter a day.
No way.
So, yeah, I think we probably get only a chapter a day. I feel like they're doing less than that, honestly. It's been 35 days since we did Absolute Resonance, maybe.
I feel like it's been longer.
That's why I feel like. Well, that's 5 weeks. I don't know if it's been that long since. All right.
Wait, that's true.
Yeah.
That is 5 weeks.
So I think maybe they are just doing a chapter a day.
Yeah.
And chapter a day feels really slow for us, which it is.
Because like we're reading like at least 50,
60.
Well, also the last 3 weeks we read 250 chapters.
Yeah.
Destroy by
I've been struggling to catch up, bro. I can't read as fast as you. I've been struggling. Bro. That's why guys, I hit up Biggest Gamer on Tuesday. I was like, can we just read Keyboard Immortal this week? I want you guys to know I finished reading this. We record on Saturdays. I finished reading this Saturday morning. Like I caught up like 10 a.m. this morning. We record at like 1 p.m. Like I was like, please, man, I can't keep up. I just don't read fast enough, bro.
So I had caught up on like Tuesday.
Bro,
I read it so fast.
damn. I was like I think I was reading like 15 to 20 chapters a day. But there was one day I didn't. You know what it is? It's because after like Saturdays we record, Sundays I usually don't read the next book we're supposed to read. On Sundays I'm usually reading like a side novel.
Yeah, I do that sometimes.
Yeah, and then sometimes I get caught doing that, and then I'm like, it's Wednesday, I need to go. That happens to me a lot, but I'm gonna change that up because I almost got caught up today. But yeah, next week we will be doing 9-star Hegemon body art, which should be insane.
Mm-hmm. And I think we'll also pick a novel.
Yep, we will pick that. And we've been pretty good with novels. We're 4 for 5. We don't even talk about the 5th one.
Yep.
But hopefully we're 5 for 6 next month. We'll see. Those were yeah. I really want to read another. I want to read To Hell with Being a Hero, bro. Did you keep reading it?
I did not.
I read those 5 chapters you were talking about.
Yeah, it was insane, right?
It was insane, bro. I was like, what? What? We still won't spoil you guys until we talk about the next like 100 chapters.
Yeah, because that's gonna be in the part of the conversation. Yeah. I'm gonna be like, yeah, this was crazy.
So we'll read it when it when the book hits 400, we can read like 200 to 300.
Yeah, we'll look at that.
Okay. All right, guys. This has been episode 22 of Light Novels Fiends.
Mm-hmm.
It's been Adamar,
Biggest Gamer.
See y'all later.
Peace.
Peace.